There we go. That's all set. All right, let's bring this in. Got 16 minutes of nothing.
I was gonna say
it's gonna be you and Becca talking. That'll be our bring-in.
That's gonna be awful for you.
Yeah, that'll be great. 16 minutes of you guys talking about work. That'll be awesome for our viewers. They'll enjoy it, and that's all for you people. That's why we do it. That's why we record everything. So you know. Hey kinfolk, welcome back to Keeping It Neat with Derek and Nick. I am Derek, Executive Bourbon Steward.
I am Nick, Certified Bartender.
And we are back again. We're going to be doing another blind review. Sir, are you ready to whiskey?
I am Ready and Abel.
All right. There we go. Getting into it, folks.
Let's do it.
Oh. All right, give it a little...
It was weird because it's very light, and then there was a weird scent in there. I was like, what is that? Oh my gosh, it's so light.
Dude, it is so light. I can't get anything out of this. Oh my god.
Maybe some apple?
There is a slight... Dude, it's so hard right now. There is a light fruit note in there. A little honey. All right, I got to go in for to put it on the palate because that's the only way I'm going to be able to open up my nose with this, so... Wow, that's light.
What is this? It's like it's got no legs. It's super light. It's super. There's nothing. It just dies. It literally dies right off your tongue.
I'm gonna open up the bottle it came in. I'm getting nothing out of that either. So, dude, it is so light because I had this poured for a little while. We were going through all that stuff, and so it was open.
I'm getting a grassy note.
Okay.
Like an earthy, grassy sort of ness, but...
Wow, that is so light, dude. You've got that grass, maybe the fresh mown hay kind of a deal going on there. Definitely, I'll give you that. It's super sweet on the palate, like that sip that you take, but it's like zero after that. I'm not getting anything after the sweetness.
I think it's tobacco. I think it's like... fresh tobacco.
I'm going to go with a little bit of H2O, H2No right now. Yeah, I know, right? Cleanse my palate. Maybe it'll help. I don't know.
Yeah.
A couple of drops on the tongue.
All right, let's see.
I'm almost afraid that this is going to kill it so bad that I'm not going to get anything else out of it.
What are you drinking? Water with bourbon? No, it's bourbon with
water with some form of a whiskey that's already really light. Yeah, this has like no legs on it whatsoever, dude.
Oh.
Wow, that didn't help.
No. Weird stretch, but on the scent, like a warm... We've talked about this scent before, a warm pat of butter. Like, you know when you melt butter?
A little butteriness,
just a little smell. Not the texture, not the flavor, but the smell of butter. If that makes sense? Because there's a big distinction between flavor of butter and the smell of butter.
And there's two different...
Important. And I'm getting the smell of butter.
Okay.
I don't know, though. Do you think that the water killed it? Because I almost think that the water may have opened it.
I think the water opened up the flavor on it a little bit. As far as the nose, though, I'm not getting anything else off the nose.
This is like, now I'm curious. Now I'm like, let's figure this out.
I'm interested to see what this is and more what I paid for it. When the notes come out. I know that.
I think I know what it is.
Yep. Wow, that's so light, dude.
But it's not bad. I don't know how to describe this one. It's so weird.
You know how I describe this? This to me reminds me of Jameson. It's super easy. There's nothing on the nose. The palate's very light, and it's like, I think there's a citrus note in there somewhere because I want to say I was getting like a little bit of a citrus note. But I'm going with this.
Okay.
All right. So Nick's got his guesses down. So in his score, we'll do our reveal of what we think it is. Then we'll give you our score, and then we'll actually open up the can and get into the notes. So you ready? In 3, 2, 1. Ooh, Japanese.
So Irish, interesting, but and I wondered, is it just a super light Irish?
It's super light something.
again, I found that first time we ever did we haven't had a Japanese in a long time. I honestly think maybe one or two other times. And when they're usually that like light and florally and earthy and that sweetness. Like I said, I think there was a hint of cherry in there or something. I need more time, and usually Japanese, I need more time. So 40%, I didn't feel like alcohol was
40%
strong.
right under the H2 no, definitely, because it killed everything. And as far as a
Oh,
score,
I spelled Japanese wrong. Yep, I know. I shoot. That's gonna come to bite me.
Yeah,
You gave it 2. Okay,
I think that's the lowest score I've ever given anything, honestly, but that's
it
a 2
is.
for me.
So I want to know why it's your 2, because 3.5 and a 2, that's a big difference.
Well, it is a big difference for us. I mean, a 2. Well, I throw out 3.5s all the time, and you go with 2s and 1s, and it's. I mean, but for me to go with a 2, here's the whole thing. I don't feel there was anything on the nose. There was hardly anything on the palate. You really have to go in there, and I went in there deep trying to get stuff, and I couldn't find anything. So either it's not there, and I'm trying to look for something that's not there, and maybe just like going, oh, is it this? Is it that? Maybe I have to revisit it and go back. You fixed it. Good job. I like it.
That's really
but as far as that, that's it. Because it's. I mean, I like something that gives me something to work with, and this didn't really give me anything to work with on it. So that's what my Irish. I'm going to stick to my Irish. The only other thing I was going to possibly say is maybe because we've had it before, is Compass Box in like one of the Compass. We had that hedonism that time that we said was an Irish. It's actually a Scotch, and it didn't come off to me like to either one of us as a Scotch. So that's the only other thing I could think of. It might be a Scotch, but maybe it's like a Compass Box blended kind of something. But I'm sticking with my Irish.
So I contemplated a Scotch too, but to me it was too light to be a Scotch. I'd be shocked. I mean, like a good shocked. So again, my 3.5 is reflected because we both want to drink more because we don't know what's going on. So
I'll give it that much.
That's a hint of what could this entail. If I'm intrigued more, you got me hooked. That's automatically a 3 out of 5.
That's fair enough.
I almost went 3.25. I went the extra like 0.25 and went to 3.5. There's something about it I like, and I just can't figure it out. Okay. If that makes sense. So
that's fair.
Yeah.
All right. Well, let me get the. What we'll do is we're going to bring Sadie in. All right. Well, we're going to open it up.
Open it up.
Here Nick is right.
Yes.
Nick is right. It's a Japanese. Nice job.
I wish you could have felt my pride coming through when I was off screen.
Wow,
Thank you. I appreciate it.
Yeah,
that was good.
It was something about it that was that florally grassiness where it's so light where we can't depict it.
Fuyu.
Now, Fuyu. Okay.
There you go.
Fuyu.
Yeah, Fuyu. Got a little Fuyu there, so.
But I'm going to open this now, all right?
Okay.
Or I'm going to try. All right. So, it is the Fuyu Small Batch Blended Japanese Whisky. It is 40% alcohol. So, yeah. So the description.
Does it say H2No on it too?
I mean, I can jot that into the corner for you if you want. So it says a blended Japanese whiskey made with malts and grains from distilleries on Japan's Honshu Island. Grain whiskey normally refers to any whiskey made, at least in part, from grains other than malted barley. This could be whiskey made from corn, wheat, or rye. Grain whiskeys usually contain some malted barley to provide enzymes needed for mashing and are required to include it if they are produced in Ireland or Scotland. Whiskey made from malted barley is generally called malt whiskey rather than grain whiskey. Okay. So the mash bill for this one is 80% grain whiskey and 20% malt whiskey.
Okay.
So the nose is floral and youthful aromas with caramel and spicy notes. And then the palate is generous oak and cooked fruit finish with a hint of smokiness.
That's a good cooked fruit. So when you cut up tons of fruit and you put it in a pot and you stir it and let it cook, that's totally what that flavor was.
Right.
That's 100% what that was. With all those spices in there, like clove and allspice in there, that's totally what that was.
Wow. All right.
Yep.
Is there a finish in there, Sadie?
Nope, doesn't say.
Okay.
Yeah. I'm out. So again, I'm happy with my guess. I'm happy with where we're at.
I'll stick. I mean, obviously I have to stick with mine. I said Irish, but that I wasn't expecting the Japanese just because I didn't get any of that stuff, like that thing that you would normally get, even that hint of slight smokiness that they're talking about. I didn't get any of that, but it could be my palate tonight. You know what I mean? It could be a number of things that I wasn't getting. That's the reason why, but I still find I'm really having to search this to try to get into it, to try to pull anything out of it. So
now let me throw this to you, Derek. So
yes.
Did you eat before we did this?
Probably like an hour.
So I haven't ate in hours.
Oh, okay, maybe.
And I'm wondering, like you just said, like because this is such a faint like sense and flavors that might have had something to do with it. But also, you were right there with me with the nosings and the tasting, so I really don't know if that would have. But I think the first one we did honestly affected us for this.
It could be because it was so powerful. It had a lot going on in that other one, so maybe it was that it carried over with this one. But I mean, this one's good. I don't find anything wrong with it. You know what I mean? It's just that to get anything out of it, I found that you had to really go into it beyond what you really. I mean, as far as I do, like if it's interesting and there's some depth to it, and you want to get into those other layers. But for me, I mean, we had a hard time even finding anything on the nose, and then the palate, it was like it was like flat all the way across. That's why I gave it the 2, and I'm going to stick with the 2 on it. You know what I mean?
Yep.
As far as the price on this, because unfortunately it's on the back of the bottle when I looked, so I saw the price, so Nick has to guess. Because that's what my new thing is, I put the price on the back of the bottles.
I feel like we might need to start doing ranges, so then I can try to nail it down. But I'll just go out of like a left ballpark. 76.
Oh.
So it's $45.99.
55 is my next guess.
There you go.
There you go.
The whole thing is like you really don't, unless you're out there looking at in the market and you're seeing what prices are for different whiskeys and whatnot, Japanese. Like, because the whole thing with the Japanese, dude, I've seen them down $30 all the way up to hundreds of dollars for the bottles. So they have a huge price, but it's like most whiskeys are like that anyway. So it's not that bad, but. Well, thank you very much, Miss Sadie. We appreciate you being here for us. Thank you, and everything worked out.
No problem. For the record, the reason I said that I chose it specifically for Nick is because he guesses Japanese every single time we do a blind taste test for at least one of them.
There you go.
So
perfect.
I was like, I'm giving it to him this time. He better guess it.
And it's so funny you said that because, I originally thought Japanese, but when Derek was thinking Irish, I'm like, ooh, this could be another Irish tricking me. Maybe Sadie wants to get me tricked up with Irish. What are they trying to do to me?
Well, that's when she said it's right up Nick's alley, I'm like, oh, maybe it's an Irish, because he likes Irishes. So who knows? I don't know. But thank you, Sadie.
No
All
problem.
right, kiddo. Thank you. Bye. That's it. Tricked up. Nick got it right. I got it wrong. There it is, folks. It happens. It can happen any week. Sometimes we both get it right. Sometimes we both get it wrong. But that's just the way it goes. I mean, other than that, I'm going to stick to my 2. Like I said, I think you really have to go in way too deep to find stuff out of this one. But again, for you, it was in your wheelhouse. You liked this one a lot. And
I think that goes to say something too, though, Derek, because I'll tell you something. When I first had this, I thought 2.5. Only because I was like, it's kind of right down the middle. It's a very, bland, basic down the line. The more I sipped it, the more it kind of grew on me, and the more I wanted it, and the more I'm like, I like this. And then that's usually that dividing line of, okay, where does this place for me now? Because is it as delicious and complex as some of the bourbons and whiskeys we've done before? By no means, and scotches, by no means. But it's almost so simple. It's so good to put it up there in the 3.5. So
I agree with you. Well, I think that's going to be it for us, folks. You know what to do. Like, comment, hit that notification button so you know when we come on, every time we put up a new video, when we go live. Down below, please subscribe. Please share with everybody that you know. Put us out there. Let everybody else get to enjoy us in their home also. You get to watch us. Why shouldn't others? Don't be selfish. Share us. Share us with everyone. But thank you very much, everybody. Here's hoping that you all find a little bit of luxury
in otherwise ordinary life.
Thanks, everyone.
Ciao!
If you are ready and able to whiskey, be sure to drop a comment below. Hit those like and subscribe buttons and press notifications. Also follow Keeping It Neat on Instagram. Thanks for watching, kinfolk.